What's going on, guys? Today we got a really simple video for you. We are talking about KTM's new to the US market in 2021 Duke 890R. Now this is a brand new 2021 model. They just started making them this year in the United States. They came out with them last year in Europe and all the other countries probably. And this is the replacement for the 790 Duke that they've had for a couple years now. So what we're going to be talking about in today's video is just a real quick overview of the center stack, the instrument cluster of this bike. It's new and updated from the previous models. So we're going to dive into that and kind of run through the menus and get you guys a little feel for how it's laid out. So this is KTM's Super Scalpel, they call it. It is a parallel twin 2-cylinder engine, 890cc, producing 122 horsepower, and the dry weight of the bike is roughly 360 pounds. So as you can tell, it is a monster. For such a light bike to have that much horsepower, absolutely insane. But KTM did it, and I am not upset about it. For such an insanely powerful bike, this thing also has a ton of electronics on it to keep you safe. It has dual front and rear ABS, and they're independent of each other, so you can turn on or off either one however you want. It also has street, sport, available track mode, and rain mode, so you can adjust your power output and your driving and throttle response based on what you're going to be doing. And this bike is equipped with the optional quick shifter, which allows you to shift up and down without the use of the clutch. In this video, we're going to be focusing solely on the infotainment, and you can tell right out of the gate that she does not play around. Ready to race, the first words you see when you turn on the screen. Pretty awesome. This display is just incredible, and it's adjustable day and night. So right now it's a little dark, so you see it's on the night mode, but during the day it'll actually change to a white background screen with black letters, so you can see everything. So this is pretty much your main screen. This is a screen you're going to live on the entire time you're riding the bike, unless you just want to be on a different screen. This will give you all the information you need to know. You can see down here in the corner, you've got the current time, you've got what ABS mode you're in, the temperature it is, your mileage for trip 1, your range of fuel, and then you've got a temperature and fuel gauge. You've got what driving mode you're in. We're in sport right now, what gear you're in, and then a tachometer. And then you can see the bike's not on right now, so we've got all of our service lights on: check engine light, ABS, traction control, gear selector, oil pressure, and just a general warning light. Then on top of that, you've got your bright light indicator, turn signal indicator. I think that's probably all. So KTM's also made it really easy to navigate these buttons via this thumb touchpad right here on your left handlebar mount. And so we're going to use that to get to the different menus. Now first we will talk about the up key, which, if you can see, brings us into the motorcycle menu. And then from there, if you keep hitting up, you can scroll through all the features, and then we'll hit the back key to go back to the main. The down key will take you to your current trip, and it'll show you your speed, your average, your fuel consumption, your mileage on the trip, your time on the trip, fuel range, so on and so forth, and your current speed. Now we'll hit back again, back to the main menu. Now if you hit the set button here, right here, the very first one on the right, it takes you to your menu, and this is where you can get to your different settings. I'll zoom in here so you can see it. So we've got options. We've got favorites, trips, data, ride mode, and motorcycle settings. So first we'll go into our favorites. We're going to hit the set button again, and then here you can set your favorites. Let's see here, ride mode. You can set that. Hit the back button. Trip 1. These are just a general list of basically short keys to get to different things. So instead of going to the menu and going to it, you can just see them right here. So now with the back button again, now we'll go to trips data. And you can see we've got trip 1, trip 2, general info, settings, and service. Extra functions. So So trip 1 will tell us exactly what we saw on the down key before. Then we go to trip 2, same thing. I haven't changed any of trips, so you'll see the same settings on both of them. Then we go to general info. This will take us to just our page with, again, general info. Battery voltage, date, odometer, and you can't really change any of these settings. It's just information. Now we'll go down to settings. This will get a little advanced. The bike has Bluetooth, so it has what they call a KTM MyRide, which is a module that goes on it so that you can connect a phone and you can view turn-by-turn navigations and also control your playback and answer phone calls, so on and so forth from your screen. So we go to there. I don't have anything set up on it yet. We go to units. You can change between mile an hour, kilometer, temperature, Fahrenheit or Celsius, and consumption, miles per gallon, kilometers, gallon per 100 mile. There's all kinds of options. So we're gonna leave it all alone. Yeah, language, that's pretty self-explanatory. Clock and date, you can set that. Daytime running lights on, off. This is pretty cool. This bike actually has a nice little LED daytime running light right there that you can see is on right now. And if I turn it off, let's see if I can do this real quick. If I just click it off, it's probably, yeah, it's going to stay on because it's thinking it's in nighttime mode. If it was during the day, that would actually turn off. But because the bike is in nighttime mode, it is going to stay on. Quick selector. So this is where you actually set your up and down button from your home screen. So if we're here in our home screen right here, and you hit the down button right now, it goes to trip 1. Hit the up button, it goes to your motorcycle menu. So if let's go back to settings real quick. Trips data, general info, settings, quick selector. So now we can put what we want on there. Let's say I want ride mode set. So now if I go back and I hit the down button, oh, sorry, quick selector 1 is up. So that's ride mode. Sport, street, or rain. Now if I go back to settings, quick selector 2, that's currently set to trip 1. Let's set it to motorcycle traction control, set. Now if we go down, you can see motorcycle traction control menu, and if we hit up, it gets us back to ride mode. So now again, we'll go back to the settings. We got quick selector 1, quick selector 2, set favorites. Now that is where you can set the screen here. If we go back right here to favorites, you can set that to put whatever you want on that display. We won't get into that. So now we'll go down to the service menu, and it will show you your next service, how many miles it's due, what date it's due, and then it'll show you what software version you have. And then last on this page is extra functions, which if you go to this, it basically just gives you a list of the features that you have activated on the bike. So if I were to purchase options, it would show up in this list. This bike has the MyRide and it has Quick Shift Plus. If I were to have the track pack, you'd see that below here also. Now if we go to ride mode, go back to menu, make sure we're right, ride mode. Now we can change between sport, street, and rain mode. I don't have the optional track pack, which will give you another mode, which is track. Sport's what it's on right now, gives you a little better throttle response, a little touchier though. Street will calm it down, it probably limits the horsepower, and then rain, of course, will really limit your bike. It'll keep you from getting out too hard or accelerating too fast, or basically just kills the throttle response and limits the horsepower that it can put down, just to keep you safe in the rain. So we'll go to there. Now we're going to motorcycle menu. Now here's where we turn on all the fun stuff. Motorcycle traction control, you can turn on or off. ABS mode, you can go to this and change between road and supermoto. Traction control on, keep pressed and closed throttle. Throttle is closed, release button. Now traction control is off, as you can see. So now quick shift, same thing, you can turn it on and off. And then shift light, we can go and change when the shift light comes on, if the shift light comes on, and then when it flashes. So that's pretty much it. Really easy to navigate. Now, if I had more options, when you get the track pack, there's like a wheelie mode and some other stuff that goes with it, and then that'll unlock obviously different settings menus. But as far as how it goes, it's really easy to navigate. The buttons are really easy. Let's zoom out here. The buttons are right at your reach. When your hand's in the comfortable position, the buttons are right here, so you can get to the screens really easily. And I really like their interface. It's really well laid out. It's bright, it's easy to read. The speedometer is really big, so you can see it. This tack bar will light up really nice, and then it gets orange, and the entire thing flashes orange when you get up to the time where it's about to shift. Overall, I think this TFT display is really, really, really nice. Considering most motorcycles in this price range really don't give you that kind of display for the money, I don't think you can beat it. So there you go, the Super Scalpel Duke 890R. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's plenty more to come when it gets to this motorcycle. We've got a ton of stuff to go over, a ton of riding to do, and be sure and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want to keep up with motorcycle content and just general vlogs, car and truck videos, etc., etc. Yeah, Duke 890R Super Scalpel. Super incredible bike.